Christmas is about a month away, and if you guys are still looking for some easy and budget-friendly ideas to decorate your space, then you don't want to miss this video. Welcome back, you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We're going to be doing some super easy and budget-friendly Christmas DIYs. I am going to be doing some for the outside and then also maybe a sprinkle of stuff for the inside. But for the most part, I'm trying to focus on decorating our front porch, which I'm really excited about because right now it's completely fall themed, especially with all the leaves that just kind of blew into the step. So we're going to clean that up and decorate it a little bit. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name's Araceli and this is Araceli Chan DIY. I would love for you guys to become part of the DIY family. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the first DIY. Alright, so super easy DIY. We're going to be using 3 of these woven rugs from Dollar Tree. They're 16 by 24 inches, so it's going to be a pretty good size. It was actually perfect for my front door. All I'm going to do is glue them together, and I'm going to put the glue right on the edge and then squeeze that together. You guys can sew them or do whatever you want. I'm not going to overlap them just because I don't want it to be bulky when I put my mat down. And unfortunately, I don't have a Christmas mat or a seasonal mat, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my normal welcome mat on top of it. But you know what? This is pretty versatile for any season.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for...
So I was at Dollar Tree and I happened to come upon these super cute scarves, and they're so soft and they're long. They were the perfect size for this next simple decor idea that I have for you guys. I already have one of these Dollar Tree garlands, beaded garlands hanging off of my hooks here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add these on there and place the beads towards the front. And then you guys can see my little string lights as well for a little extra pop.
In my little prison shop, when the bell on the door...
Alright, so this one's another super easy DIY. It kind of saves you the trouble of hanging these up individually, and these were the only 3 that I found, just the gold ones, and only 3, so it was perfect for the size dowel that I'm using here. All I'm going to do is just kind of align them, and you guys can see where the snowflake hand is kind of landing on the dowel, and I'm just going to go ahead and nail those down, and you can put them either vertically or horizontally. So on the center snowflake, you'll notice I left a little loop at the top so I can hang it that way, but then I also added a thumbtack and twine so I can hang it vertically.
Jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes.
For this Noel sign, I picked up one of these Dollar Tree signs, and you guys can already see it has the little wreath on the center, so I'm just going to go ahead and detach that. And I used about 3 coats of this holiday red to paint the sign. I'll also be using these stickers from Hobby Lobby. It says they were $9.99, but I got them with a coupon. So you can also use the Dollar Tree ones, but you'll notice that they're a lot smaller than the ones from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that little wreath back on there and then put my letters or my letter stickers on there. Once they're down, I am going to go ahead and distress them a little bit with some sandpaper, and then I'm going to be using this painter's marker in white to outline the letters. Alright, so here's where I'm going to show off a little bit. Last year for the Walmart Christmas clearance, I picked up a lot of these 12-foot non-lit garlands, and then also these 24-inch wreaths, and I have a bunch of them in my attic. I picked up like 5 of them or something, and then the garlands also, because they were only like a couple of bucks. So yeah, definitely an awesome pickup. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my Dollar Tree sign right on top of it. This one is going to be so fast and simple. I just was walking down the aisles and I noticed this buffalo check stuff hanging out, and I saw these little, what do you call these? I don't know what you call them, but they're super cute, and I love the little bow on it, and I also love the little gold heart. And all I did was take those same Hobby Lobby letters, just spelled out joy, and then added some Christmas stems from Dollar Tree.
From this Christmas sun. We forgot what you came for, and in the coffee shop just next door, we talked for hours on end. And some
For this throw pillow, I'm going to be honest with you, this is something I had already made before. I was about to toss it, but my husband told me to keep it, and I'm glad he did because now I have something cute to put outside. So these are actually Dollar Tree mats. So I'm taking two of them, of course. One has a design, one doesn't. And then I'm also going to take some of this white nautical rope to make a tassel. All I'm going to do is just fold it at the top and then, you know, tie it up with some twine. And the way that I'm going to sew these inside of the corners of the mats. And you guys will kind of see here. See how I sewed them in? They're facing in. And then this is going to be the outside of the pillow, obviously. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up my mats to sew this. You can hand sew it. I'm showing you guys that it's super easy to do. But I have a sewing machine, so I'm going to do this a lot quicker and just go ahead and sew that up. Leave the opening so that I can stuff it. And I found this, whatever this snow stuff is, at Goodwill. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. And you guys could use a pillow if you have it. Then I'm just going to sew it to close it right up.
knew that we'd found something true, and that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on.
Okay, so here's a couple of non-DIY Dollar Tree decor ideas. So I did pick up this tree skirt from Dollar Tree a few weeks back. I used it on a different video, but I'm going to use it for this one now. So I took this little corner table. I'm going to place it right on top, and then I'm going to be putting my Walmart Christmas tree. And then I'm going to be adding a Dollar Tree star, or like a tree topper. And I actually saw these in gold, but I'm like, no, my decor is not gold, so I'm gonna pick up silver, silly me. You could always add a coat of spray paint. And you guys, that tree is a set. It comes with two. It comes with a really long garland and then also a wreath, and I got it on clearance for like $12 for that whole set. It was awesome.
From this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree from this Christmas on.
Now for this really easy countertop ladder, or a ladder that you can hang on your wall, I'm going to be using these paint sticks. You guys can see here I'm gluing two together, like two on top of each other, and then I'm going to place those together. And this is actually from a different DIY that I will link down below. And everything was already done, so I'm just kind of recapping what I did on the first one. I went ahead and stapled them together to make sure that they don't fall apart on me. You can find those craft sticks in my Amazon storefront, linked in the description. So I did spray paint them with this flat black spray paint, and it was already done. So all I'm adding is an extra craft stick on there, just because I needed one more for my ladder. So I did go ahead and staple those together, and you guys know how to form a ladder, so I don't really have to explain what I did there. I did add a Christmas pick and a Dollar Tree bow. These come in a set of two, and you guys can use these to put your little hand towels on the counter, or you can hang it up and put like pictures or Christmas cards.
Tree from this Christmas on. From this Christmas on.
Last but not least, and definitely my favorite, I always try to save my favorite for last, browsing through the Dollar Tree aisles, I found these really large Christmas bags, gift bags, and I was going somewhere else with it, so kind of follow along here. And then just go through the section with all of the frames and find the frame that you want. I thought these were perfect because they have like the nice wood grain that I was looking for. So I picked up 4 of those, and sometimes this is my process. I just put stuff on the Dollar Tree floor and try to figure out how my DIYs are gonna look before I bring them home. And I thought that bag was gonna be perfect to be the background of my frames, but it didn't quite work out that way, but I'll show you guys, you know, what we did. So taking those 4 frames, I just took the glass out and everything else and glued them together to create a window frame. Once the window frame is done, I added some craft sticks to the back so that it doesn't fold on me and it doesn't fall apart. To paint it, I am using just regular house paint. I don't typically like using craft paint, especially for this, just because I feel like it's thinner. And I messed up right there and wiped it off and repainted it, but then I realized I actually like that look. So I just went ahead and painted everything, did a little coat, and then went in there with just a paper towel and just scrubbed it off. And it gave it that look that I was looking for. You guys can see the wood grain and still have that little pop of white to make it, you know, a lot brighter. And then in the corners there, I'm going to add some hot glue and then add my glass. I took out the little tabs just because I didn't want them showing through. And this is the part where I was, you know, upset about my snowman's not showing through the window, and I thought it would have been perfect if you could see them. You might be able to use these type of bags for this type of decor, but I'm going to go with plan B, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the cardinals and the little stems and, you know, branches that you see there. It takes a little bit of patience, but not too much. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get every single piece of like the wood out of there. So I just went ahead and cut those out, and then to the front I am adding some tacky glue because that's what's going to be glued on to the glass, and you guys will see here. So just kind of dry it off a little bit, make sure it's nice and tacky, and then just put it on to the glass. And this is what it looks like. So I was going to use spray paint originally, but then I remembered I have this Santa snow, which is fine, but it's just really wet. I did leave it drying overnight, and you can still kind of, you know, take it off. Obviously it's not permanent, so if you do want something more permanent, definitely add some spray paint or, you know, other type of white paint. And then again, I am going to be adding some tacks to the back and then attaching just a piece of a Dollar Tree beaded garland to hang it up. Again, just be careful when you're doing this because that snow is wet. And I think that's it, with the exception of adding a cute little Dollar Tree bow.
From this Christmas sun, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree. From this Christmas sun, from this Christmas sun.
Alright guys, we've come to the end of the video, which by the way, it might just be my very last Christmas video, but something just popped into my head, so maybe not. Maybe you guys will see one more. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video and all the DIYs I brought for you guys today. If you did, make sure you guys leave me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite, and that is it. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
It was the